Hello everyone, just want to apologize in advance for the loud noises in the background. I am currently sitting on a shelter, just cars going by and everything. Just thought this would be a nice little outdoor thing, but God, did I not know how windy it was going to be today. I also currently have a sweat bee kind of gyrating on my camera right now. Weird as fuck. Anyways, to get to the point, oh my fucking god. To get to the fucking point, my name is Darren Wright, and this is my first episode of a series, which we're just gonna stick with my title, Podcast Unknown. It's just for interviewing other people, and this may sound like an odd goal, but I would really like to have Slenderman on as a guest. Now, whether that means the real one or someone who's really good at playing Slenderman, I'll take either. But you'll see what I mean here when we eventually get to it. And in the meantime, I'm going to mostly be talking to other creators with a couple videos here and there about myself or, whatever. And honestly, that's it. This is just a channel for fun. I'm super excited to get to work with everyone in the community. And here's the first video. Thank you, Alice, for joining me. Sweat Bee, again, is just sitting on my Zoom. I think that's my time to get out of this little shelter before they swarm me. Thanks. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Okay. Don't know. It didn't ring. Hello?
Hi, hello.
Hi. Okay. Let's get started with introductions. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Uh, yeah, I didn't even think of a way to introduce myself. Well, I'm Alice. Some people might have seen me online. I've been recording, my experiences with, the tall man, slender man, whatever you want to call him. Um, for most of my life, since I was 9 years old, pretty much. And yeah, it's kind of my only outreach, and I'm trying to build mutual aid and information, and I don't know, see if we can help each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Very great. I saw your series and all your videos and everything. Fucking fantastic. Let me just say that real quick. Get my praise out of the way. Um, Not sure if you want to jump straight into the questions or if you have anything you want to say.
No, but we can. I mean, thank you, by the way. I do try to make, put it in a way that's viewable for people and not as incoherent as it feels. So thank you. No, that we can just jump straight into questions.
All right, all right. Okay, I'm gonna just start with some nice, simple questions like, what camera do you use to film your stuff?
Well, most of the time, I guess my official camera would be the Canon Rebel T6i, which across the room right now. Um, a lot of times believe it or not, I'm very forgetful, so I'll forget to charge it, and I'll end up just recording on my phone, which most of the time you can't tell the difference. I mean,
Yeah,
other than like the zoom and stuff.
with how cameras on the phones are nowadays, you can't really tell the difference between anything. They're
Yeah,
so advanced.
yeah. I used to have a like a phone-sized camera. It was Canon like Olympus or something. It's supposed to be for like rough conditions. It could go like underwater, which you know, at middle school was a kind of physically perilous time for me.
Hmm.
Sleepwalking, like pools and stuff. Um,
So the camera definitely helped with those shots, I'd say.
y- yeah, I guess I'm a like compulsive documentarian.
Tell
But
just a little bit.
who aren't we all? It's
Yeah,
kind
aren't
of
we
the
all?
basis of this community.
Okay. Um, Next question. Let's dive into you mentioned your middle school. Uh, you have some posts that you keep private. And I know
Hmm.
you've talked about why you keep them private, but do you think I would be able to get access to those posts?
Mm, well, okay. I'll say I've been asked this by a couple of people. And I appreciate like the impulse. It's good science to archive and want to analyze, just more data. Uh, but first of all, my childhood experiences just were really pretty rough and also kind of doxing is a little bit.
Ah, okay.
But really the most important thing is that it would be against a promise I made to David. Um,
Right.
yeah.
Speaking of David, um, so
Yeah.
you have the video where you find everything. Why do you leave that specific video up if it's so emotionally charging?
Well, it's a good question. I've always been very open online, sharing the most traumatic events of my life, and I agreed with David, going into our senior year of high school, to take all of that stuff down and try to move on. Um, and nothing's changed now about my impulse and where I need to cope, but I made that agreement with David then, um, and so I'm gonna honor that. But I'm still going to be open about my experiences, um, for better or for worse.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand a little bit more. So the next couple questions I have are a little more uh general. For example, we obviously see you have issues with coughing up blood and stuff. What do
Hmm.
you use to make the blood?
What? I I mean, it's my blood. Do you mean like the black sludge that comes up? Like, what's that
Well,
made
I
of? 'Cause
mean, yeah,
I would love to
obvious,
know. I've been wanting that to be studied for a long time.
but I mean, obviously you're not like actually in physical danger. You're not coughing up real blood. It what do you
I I,
use?
I mean, it's my blood. It it comes mostly from, I think, my throat. It just gets so raw, or just something it does really fucks it up. I don't know, dries out my throat or something.
Okay, we'll maybe come back to that question actually. Uh, you use the term corruptulum or the terms used in the series. Are you aware of the experience of Stan Frederick and his dealing with corruptulum?
So, um, yes, this is a really weird one for me because I think I would have known about him. Um, but it wasn't until I'd already heard about Corrupticulum and interviewed Paige and uploaded that video that I found that channel. And um sorry, it's kind of hard to focus on that one. Move into the next.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Sure, no problem. You have a lot of posts associating with the story, Alice in Wonderland. What's the theme with that, other than, your name being Alice?
Well, my name is a part of the bit, I guess. I guess it's a bit I've decided to commit to. So I guess I've put a bit of thought into it because I've just Alice is a story that I've always loved, and going through what I've gone through. Um, y- my, you know, my egg cracked while I spent like half a month in inpatient as a kid, uh, and I realized just how absurd life was, and that I was not ever going to have a normal experience of reality, and so I just have to be like Alice if I was going to survive. So yeah, I chose the name when I transitioned, and I, I'm happy with it. And anywhere I can use another piece of art to make my life make sense, I'm gonna use it.
All right, yeah. See, I personally like all the Alice in Wonderland theme. I'm just a huge fan of the story. I think it really boosts your series as a whole. I think it looks good for others enjoying it. Um, so obviously we have the mirror. Through Alice steps through a mirror. What is your end goal with that mirror? Are you gonna use it again?
Well, I mean, I look in it every morning, but I have been getting a lot of videos recently of it glowing some more, and I'm kind of trying to just ignore it when it happens, but it is, it's loud. It's always got that whistling, um, but luckily it doesn't seem to be doing it now. So at least we have that. It's not fucking up our. Can I
Yes.
swear? I don't know if I can swear.
No, no, you can swear.
Okay,
You're
okay.
good. You're good.
I
This
didn't. I
is
thought
this is
so.
not gonna be like a child friendly or anything.
I
Um,
wouldn't think so.
no, not with the subject matter. I know a lot of younger kids get into this kind of series and stuff.
I mean, these situations, these circumstances that people have. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I feel responsible to come back and to do stuff like this and talk to people is because I think there was a previous generation, that kind of formed community over this these traumas, these monsters, and someone has to take care of the rest of us still. I don't know. That's just I feel responsible for those kids.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's a little sweet, a little confusing, but that's just my own personal confusion. Speaking of, we haven't really touched on the main man. You call him the tall man. I've seen you use that term for him a couple of times. Uh, does calling him Slenderman make it worse for your character?
Um, no, I didn't come up with tall man. I like to call him different things. I kind of get sick of talking about the same problem in the same terms. like I don't want to
Trying.
say CPTSD all the time. I'll say complex trauma, but that fucking potato, potato,
Yeah, it's the
Slender
same,
Man.
same guy,
I
same.
guess I don't want to call him Slender Man because it's that name in particular has spun out into a lot of misinformation and memes and stuff. And I I don't want to add more confusion to that because like there's a real trauma that needs taken care of and needs addressed by our society, and so far I've seen nothing. All of everything. I mean, how about I don't want to get into relitigating all of the details of everything everyone's been through, but I mean, that these hauntings, they cause people to get into bad situations and do bad things.
Right. I,
I think that's all I really need to say about
oh,
that.
okay.
We can move on.
Yeah,
I
sure.
just want to get more information out there for the public.
Sure. Well, we are
Yeah, we're
actually
good. We're good.
we're coming down to the final three questions actually. Um, since some of the questions can't be really answered right now. Um, it actually just hit the 1 month anniversary since you last uploaded on YouTube. When should we be looking out for another upload?
Um, I mean, I don't know. Things happen as they happen. It's my life. It's not something I can really plan out. But I try to update consistently. Sometimes I think the biggest break that there's been has been maybe 2 or 3 months. Um, so I've stayed on it a little bit. I know I got frustrated um with David, uh, my freshman year, uh, but uh, I try to put them out when I can.
Hmm. I see. Okay. Sorry, just getting my bearings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're very active on Twitter, though. In fact, you kind of,
Unfortunately,
you you had a little bit of, I would say, beef with Carmen, Red Hat.
um,
What what happened there?
well, I don't want to have a drama show situation. Uh, I mean, with respect to Carmen, I made a mistake. I was irresponsible with disclosing my condition, and I I wish her all the luck with her Red Queen.
Red Queen. Is
um,
that the
it yeah.
term? Oh, for
Well, you know, name I came up with actually, speaking of the tall man thing,
oh.
was uh Jabberwocky.
To stick with the theme and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but I decided I didn't need to give it that much power. I don't know.
I mean, Jabberwocky. It's a very powerful beast in there.
Yeah, I'll
It's
let the public decide.
you'll let the public decide on what your
Take
final
it
name.
or leave it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's most of my questions. Did you want to circle back to maybe how do you make the blood, or are we just gonna
I
ask the
I
final?
really don't know what to tell you. I mean, I smoke a lot. I burn my throat a lot. I have always, it one of the things it does is kind of constrict breathing. Um, it feels like crushing or drowning. And so coughing until my throat is so raw there's blood. Um, I really don't know what else to tell you. I, I'm. It comes from me. It's real. I'm real.
Okay, sure. Right. And then final question. Do you believe that you'll have a happy ending?
I don't. Do you think you'll have a happy ending?
Well, I
The
mean,
fuck?
it's more like your character. Do you believe you'll have
I
that happy ending? Because we never see happy endings with Slenderverse series. Which
I
this
don't think I would call them that.
well, I mean, you
I
you
think
did
we might
this
have a
earlier. It was like
misunderstanding. I'm
a
sorry. I'm so sorry. I
um
think there's a misunderstanding.
so what
Think
do
I
you mean?
This is real. This isn't Marble Hornets. This is not fiction. I'm I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not even a good editor. This is completely a coping mechanism.
I I know I get
You
it.
don't need to
You're
believe me. I just want my story out there so people who know can know. You know, if you don't get it, that's okay. You don't need to get it. But, you know, be careful with who you're talking to. I'm sorry, I just need to say it. I don't mean to come on your podcast and scold you, but I just you know, edit this out if you want, but just please be
no.
careful with people in the future. I know I've been dealing with this for a long time, so I'm kind of used to it, but there's a lot of people who they don't know if they're sane or not, and you know they need their needs addressed.
So, okay. Yeah, sure. Uh well, I guess that's finishing off the list of questions, it was nice to talk to you. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Sorry to end this a little awkwardly. Uh,
It it's all right. It's okay. I'm 20, or I'm about to be 20 in a couple of days. So, whatever. It's all in the past. Don't worry about
okay. Um, I think that'll finish this out. Uh, Thank you
it.
for
Yeah,
joining me.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
bye.
Have a good day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.